No! Elections are supposed to be peaceful. Easy vote, okay?
Youth, elderly, and persons with disabilities. It's time to choose our leaders. Let's show up and participate in the Special Interest Group elections. Starting June through August this year. Your vote, your voice. My vote, my voice. This message is brought to you by the Uganda Electoral Commission.
Get your favorite health tips right here on U24. Maintain your kidney by drinking 8 to 10 glasses of water each day. This can be in form of soup, tea, water, cooked grains, and boiled vegetables.
Don't miss on U24.
Now, to be honest with you, we are currently living in the best time to ever get rich online. And well, I assume that's why you're watching this video. Now, to some of you who may not know who I am, well, I'm Daniel Ashweze, a 24-year millionaire day trader, and I've been trading close to 5 years. I have generated hundreds of thousands of dollars entirely through trading. And not that I've been able to teach thousands of students to make money trading. Now, my purpose of doing this video is to teach you on how to start trading completely from scratch. I'll show you what to do straight from the beginning, and I'll also take you through the intermediate, and lastly, how you can actually be able to make money. And by the way, I'll also show you on how you can start with as less as $50. Now, without any further ado, let's get started with our course.
You got us on your wallet!
Elderly and persons with disabilities. It's time to choose our leaders. Let's show up and participate in the Special Interest Group elections. Starting June through August this year. Your vote, your voice. My vote, my voice. This message is brought to you by the Uganda Electoral Commission.
Hi, my name is Of course, I think I've always looked beautiful all the days of 365 days. Thank you so much for being part of this lovely show, and thank you so much for always sending in your messages and of course sending in your comments. And we talk about political issues that are burning all over the week, and of course I was very glad because I have a very heavy foot. I think I would have gotten over like 60 tickets. People were complaining the fee is high, but guess what? Recently, when the 71.9 trillion shilling budget was read, His Excellency the President of Uganda said, one, it is a must for all of us to own digital number plates. I, for one, I really want to get a digital number plate. I've been thinking about it, and I think it's high time I should, get online on URA and get myself a digital number plate. And number two, the penalties should go a bit low, but the EPS is not going anywhere. Why? Because of the crimes that are going on. And of course, if you remember the budget very well, he showed a picture of a very young man that was killed. And of course, due to the cameras, they helped them get the person that killed that young man. Well, all that is going to be happening right here on One Talk Show. Of course, today in studios, I'm not alone. I'm with a very handsome, tall man. He's actually taller than me. I didn't know that even when I put on my heels, I still can't get tall. But it's okay. I'll make sure I go back and tell my mom to breastfeed me again so that I can grow tall. And of course, he's from ONC. Now, my question will be, do you know what ONC is? What do they do? And of course, he's a mobilizer of the youth in ONC. I am very glad to be joined by Kash. I hope I've mentioned the name very well.
That's
good
right.
morning,
Good
and good to
morning,
see you this morning.
I'm glad to see you as well.
Someone watching us right here would love to know your name and your title.
Okay. Good morning, viewers. My name is Kash Lyvine. I work as the deputy head of digital media at ONC. Those who don't really understand or that, don't know about ONC, that is the office of the national chairman of the National Resistance Movement, Kaguta Museveni. We are based at Chambogo. That's where we are, and that's what I do.
Okay, how is Hajat?
Hajat is doing so
all right,
fantastic.
when you go back, send our regards to Hajat.
I will surely do so.
So, Kash, a lot has been said. We have the youth coming up. They're going to stand in elections. You're mobilizer, you're digital personnel at ONC. Someone probably would want to know, what exactly does ONC do?
Literally, ONC, it's a vital interface between His Excellency Kaguta Museveni, who is also the national chairman of the National Resistance Movement, and the grassroots, especially youth and women, that drive policy implementation, mobilization support, and to support the social economic programs. And all is happening under Madam Hajati's authority. I think you have seen her in every corner of the country.
Yes.
She's doing really a good job. So that's exactly what ONC does.
You're talking about these projects that help the youth. What kind of projects do you people do that help the youth out there?
If you have been viewing or watching the news, especially here, this center, the office has been providing certain materials to the youth and teaching them on how they are being used. Hajat has been providing sewing machines, the chicken to those who want to start a small business, and they have been acquiring certain skills that would push youth to another level. To sustain or to live so well like others, not to complain or not to stay on the streets here. So basically, that's what ONC has done so far. I think Hajat has moved countrywide, providing such materials under the office of the national chairman.
Do these youth get the sewing machines? Do they get to tray the chicken? Do they get that money? And are they complaining?
Of course,
how many should they be?
As in numbers?
In numbers.
I don't have, we see the population of Uganda is currently 47 something.
Yes, true.
But youth, most especially based in central region here, most of them have gotten everything. And good enough, they have thanked the office of the national chairman, through media platforms, through TV here, as you can see. So Hajat is doing wonders that many have not done. I won't mention them individually, but Hajat has done a good job. And youth here shouting her name, you can see, even thanking President Museveni. It was hard in past years. You see, the population of youth is growing so fast. True. Actually, if I'm to take in deep history of this country, compared to other countries, Uganda is the youngest country in the world. Ask me why, I will tell you why it is called so. Uganda's population so far that is growing so fast is the population of the youth, currently 77%. I think in the world it comes as #1, followed by India, and China. So it is so because President Museveni has done magical things. You can say that today's generation of population is more than the old generation of our parents. Why? President Museveni came up with a system of immunization. Killing these the so-called 5 killer diseases.
Yes, polio, including polio. That was one of the killer ones.
And now that made the population of youth to grow, which wasn't there in the past governments of Idi Amin, Dadaab, Milton Obote. So that one has made the youth population in Uganda to grow so fast. And President Museveni is doing his best. That's why the party has put up some more programs. Like, have you ever heard of youth livelihood program?
Yes, I've heard about the youth livelihood program. But what exactly do they mean? And
it's a program that funds youth. Not only that, there is what we call emyoga.
Emyoga, yes. That's the parish model development.
Exactly. Now the parish model development has just come in.
But we had emyoga before that.
Yes. Now that one teaches youth to be job creators, not job seekers. I think you can tell now that you can see them more graduating under PDM, because they have acquired skills that will pull them off the streets to survive, not to be job seekers. Not only in Uganda that job seekers are basically in Uganda here, no, all over the world. But President Museveni has heard their voice through Hajat Hadija Namiao, the head of ONC, who works as well as the senior presidential advisor on political affairs, and from the grassroots and the national level, to implement activities of the national resistance movement. She has done some magical things so far.
Okay. Well, you can follow this conversation on our YouTube channel, which is U24 Television, and also you can follow us on X. Hashtag is, of course, follow our conversation, and let's see what you have to say. And also, you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram. We are all over. So we are talking about the youth, and of course, we're talking about the mobilization. I am very glad and honored to have Kash, who is a mobilizer on ONC. Among the youth, he looks at the youth, and of course, you know, the majority of us are the youth. And of course, when Mr. Matia Kasaija was reading the budget, he also said that the budget of 71.9 trillion shillings also includes, you know, the youth. So my question to you, Kash, would be like, you a mobilizer. How do you mobilize these youth out there?
You see, we mobilize according to national resistance movement is the iconic ideas, how President Museveni has set that pace. Stories come across through different, we hear them through different people right here. Youth have been lied about how the government runs. For example, for us, of course, I will speak this politically without fear.
Yeah, I know.
When Chagulanyi comes out, of recent, when he started campaigning for his seat, he came up feeding the youth with irrelevant information, which even national resistance movement or President Museveni or this government has done not to the youth or to people. He started his propaganda, feeding youth with lies that President Museveni must be ignored, has done nothing so far. But what can't you see really? You see, for most of youth are based in Central here. They don't travel out of Kampala to see the goodness of anything that has done. He started saying that President Museveni killed so far 50 million people during war. But during war, or before the government of NRM came into power, the population was 15 million. Then how comes that he killed 50 million people during war? It wasn't that a big lie. So youth are pending their ears to listen to opposition, to listen to lies, but they have failed to understand what the government has done so far.
Maybe they do not know the politics, because recently, I don't know if you followed the budget, during the budget, at the end of the budget, His Excellency gave them a portrait of him when he was fighting for federation and told them this one should go to the leader of opposition so that they can start talking politics, not talk rubbish.
You see, there is no way someone will ignore about politics to hear about politics is everywhere, be it at schools, be it at home, our homes, be it everywhere. But what we want youth to understand what government has done so far, to understand what President Museveni has done, to compare the current government with the past governments. I want to tell you today, youth, we want things so quickly.
We want quick money.
We want to have materials so fast. But when you compare our generation to the past generation or our parents, for them they used to surrender. Now I want to give you an example. President Museveni, when he was still a youth, he left his home when he was about 18 something. But who knew he would become the president? He left. Who can this time at this moment leave his home or her home to go and suffer for the country? Uganda is here because of someone's sacrifice that he spent in his early age to have Uganda endless freedom, of which we are playing with. President Museveni left. Imagine who can spend right now 12 years in the bush. For him, he took his time to plan for the country. You don't wake up as a youth of today and you say, I want to have power tomorrow. Yeah. Power is planned. It takes a special sacrifice. You don't wake up and say, today I'm determined to be the president. Yes, the Uganda's president tomorrow. Not at all. You go and study the history of the world, those who have been presidents or what. President Museveni took 12 years in the bush planning for this freedom we are feeding on, but some of us have started misusing it. He went to Tanzania for 5 years. 8 years. He came to Luel here to defeat Idi Amin Dada and about 5 years. He was not feeding on the meal we are feeding on today. In his youthful age, plus his colleagues. But the freedom he brought to us, we are misusing it. Today you will find a young man of 12 years to 15 years throwing stones at police, throwing stones at security personnel. We have never heard of that in the past government. But because of too much of freedom, youth have not paid attention to what government so far has done. For them, they feel like they have been sidelined, off to give perhaps their opinions or to contribute to government programs or give their special opinions and to see whether their voice can be heard so well. But not at all. We must learn how the government works. We must have discipline. Yes, I understand. Perhaps President Museveni has gotten no people to listen to the voice of youth outside here. But Madam Hajat Namyalo has done so.
She knows
Madam
the
Hajat
Namyalo
has contributed towards the music industry. Madam Hajat has united the divided Muslims in Central here. How many years so far have you had no fights between Muslims in Central here?
Actually, it's reducing.
But before her appointment, or before someone in that office, or before someone to unite, these people have been divided. Madam Hajat has been iconic. She has God has blessed her with that wealthy wisdom, with that wealthy of understanding and knowledge, to know how she can bring Ugandans together. And that is mobilization. Madam Hajat has listened to the voice of youth. She's listening to their ideas and taking their ideas or their voice or our voice to the president. Yes. And the president has gotten to hear about what is eating the youth right today, or even past days before Hajat came in.
How ready is ONC for these coming up elections? Are we ready? Because we see the youth are also standing in various places. And how ready are we? You as a mobilizer,
Yes.
how ready are we?
It's going to challenge the opposition because youth so far have opened their eyes. They have seen what lies is based on, are based on, and what truth is based on. They have seen the opposition doing what it has done so far, and they have compared what it has done to the current government. Youth are aware of lies, of what, and now they are coming. We are fishing them into the ruling government, into the NRM. They have gotten to know that NRM has not killed innocent people. They have gotten to know, like opposition leaders say, they have gotten to know that President Museveni has gotten to hear their voice because he's providing whatever they want. They are graduating annually. So, mobilization, we are fishing. And they shouldn't be lied, by the way. They shouldn't hear negative sides. Lead them, because even the Bible says they have ears, but
they can't listen.
They have
eyes, but they can't see.
Very good. So now they have opened their eyes. They see. They have started reading past books. They have gotten to understand the situation. I mean, to differentiate between the past governments and the current government, and they are coming, running to us. By the way, we are in the field doing what is right, doing what we have been asked to do. Madam Hajat is like, she spends sleepless nights doing that exactly. She's doing mobilization. She's doing what? You see her today this way. You see her today that way. You see her today. And we are working with her. She's our boss. But we want to prove people wrong about what they hear about the youth. So NRM is ready, and I want you to compare to 2021's elections or percentage of, especially in the central region here. NRM shall win by all means.
How ready are your youth? Do you think your youth are ready?
Very ready enough. Very ready enough.
How ready are we? If we talk on 100%, how ready are we? 99%?
Countrywide, nationwide, or you mean
countrywide?
Central? Countrywide, we shall win by 8%. 80%. And surprisingly, of recent we were not in Akasongora in the things of PDM, but surprisingly, they told us to go and mobilize for over 10 years to come again. He's still coming. So I want them to open their minds to go with what is right, not to go with what is wrong. You see, something makes you happy when you have overworked for it. But something that is so easy for you to get doesn't get your attention. NRM has done so far everything for Ugandans. I want to give you an example. These neighboring countries, you have seen endless war in Congo,
Sudan,
you have
South
seen
Sudan.
endless war in Southern Sudan. Even Kenya sometimes is attacked.
Yeah, there was an attack, I think last year.
Yes.
That how they attacked and
Uganda
destroyed a lot of property.
Being at peace is receiving refugees coming here. In East African community, it's the only Uganda that is receiving refugees from
Other
neighboring
countries.
countries. Why? Uganda is at peace. And peace is going to grow continuously. No, Uganda, I want to assure you, Uganda will never face any war anytime soon. Never at all. Not in this government. Leave alone how people are planning. We are approaching the times of campaigns. They say they're going to die. No,
yes.
Youth shouldn't engage themselves in such activities. It sounds so cynical and absurd, destroying what the government has built for us. No. In 40, almost we are reaching 40 years. But see the roads so far President Museveni has built. Youth should contribute to protect what the government has built, not to destroy.
Yes, true.
So far, people are complaining, especially those based in town center.
Yes, in central here, yes.
That in their language, ebinya bituse migongo jiwede. No.
I'm also complaining.
No.
My road is not being worked
Very good.
on.
You can tell now.
Yes.
See the Fort Portal, Kampala to Fort.
Fort, yes.
See how straight and smooth it is. And the government has done its best to put it first worked on the border to city roads. These roads that are sponsored by the government or China Exim and World Bank. So smooth. I have traveled. I was Grove recent. The road is so straight and smooth. I was in Hoima. The road, you fear to increase the speed of the car. That it is so smooth.
Yes, true. I agree with you.
That instead of now driving so fast, you fear that perhaps you can
knock someone.
Even take off. You can break some because
and
it is too
get
smooth.
Off the road, yes.
And big enough. Masaka Road, it is so straight. Guru to Urira, it is so straight.
Guru to Gome is also a very nice road.
You find it a hard idea seeing youth destroying what the government has built so far. In central here, KCC is doing wonders, and I think the contract is under UPDF or something. UPDF is doing great. So we are mobilizing. Youth have seen. Oh, so what? Excuse me. What opposition is teaching us is not exactly what it is compared to what the government has done.
Government is doing.
They have been. You see, media came, and media is a powerful weapon to prove people wrong that the government. That whenever they compare Uganda to other countries, whenever they happen to travel out of Uganda and they come back, they find Uganda so beautiful more than they left it. Because they have now compared where they have been to Uganda, their home country. Everyone runs to Uganda. Why? Uganda has been at peace for over 40 years. Mind you, President Museveni is never out of the bush. He's in DRC, protecting Congolese. He's in Southern Sudan, protecting Sudanese. He's in Central African Republic,
yes.
protecting them. He's in Somalia. He's never out of the bush. But he's doing so because Africa has seen that magical power and magical leadership skill out of him, and has done wonders. So youth have seen that, and we are able. I'm so happy that they have gotten to hear the voice through, especially Hajat Nyamiaro.
All right.
That woman has done wonders.
The mobilization has
My
been
goodness,
good.
There is no way you can compare people who have worked in ONC. Kwanza, mind you, ONC has started sounding
because of Hajat.
Because of Hajat. I didn't know anything about ONC. I knew only NRM. I didn't know anything. But Hajat has shined the Kampala. Hajat has left big stones unturned. You understand? Because of her magical, she has placed that effort of gravity, force of gravity in central here. Everyone listens to Hajat because he speaks her mind, of which he speaks the language that President Museveni will understand and youth will understand. So youth are coming to NRM now.
All right.
Most especially in Central here. You know, we lost so much.
Because I think Central has a lot of small Katanga, we have Chivudu. So I think that's where most of the youth are.
Now, I'm sorry to have you this question. Are you a fan of football?
Oh yes, I do.
Which club do you support?
Well, my club is ever being beaten, Manchester United. And when it comes to our local football here in Uganda, I think I'm an Express fan.
No, I'm so sorry for you.
But all my teams keep on losing.
I support Arsenal, but I want to give you a certain story of your club.
Yes.
I'm bringing this example on the issue of youth How youth are behaving today compared to the example I want to give you.
Yes.
I support Arsenal. Manchester United got interested in buying a fantastic defender called Maguire.
Yes.
From a certain club called the Leicester City. When Maguire was at Leicester City was doing wonders, was a perfect and super defender. So Manchester United got interested in him.
Said, let's buy this man, he may change the team.
They bought him. But environment can change someone's mind.
Yes. And things can fail.
Yes. When Maguire joined Manchester United, didn't perform as he was doing
in
Leicester City. Even when Manchester City would be playing against the Arsenal or Aston Villa, and they fail, Manchester United, and they fail to score.
The blame is on Maguire.
Against the opponent. Maguire would assist the opponent to score against his team. Are you aware? Have you ever heard of that?
Yes, I
Maguire
have.
would score even more than 3 goals against his club, but assisting
his team.
Assisting the opponent to score. Yes, against his team. What do I mean here? Because of pressure from the supporters. Because of what? Even the youth today have not realized what NRM has done. Instead, they decided to stand and fight against what NRM has built. But today, Maguire, if he is not playing at Manchester United, they will get worried. Because he improved. He understood the
drill of the team.
The environment of the team.
Yes, true.
And he started even to score against the opponent. Not as he used to do, assisting the opponent
to score.
Therefore, youth today have understood exactly what NRM is doing. They have gotten to see the light of NRM. They have seen the green light that has paved a way for them. They are comparing and saying, last time we lost. Again, is it going to happen? What we were promised is not what we are getting. But President Museveni is slow but sure. He does not shout on media, as they have seen his opposition leaders. President Museveni is a parent. He forgives. Most of them these days, they call here these opposition rebels outside Uganda. They abuse him, but they know the truth. Now, youth have come back. They have joined the party because they have understood about it. Do you have ever studied the stage of metamorphosis?
Yes.
Still, I want to bring that example on its side, on its issue. Metamorphosis, you know the stages. There are about 4.
There are 4 stages.
Egg, larva, pupa, adult, to mature butterfly.
Yes, until it matures to be a butterfly.
Now, the ideas that President Museveni and Hajat Namyalo that have fed through our ears as youth are metamorphosing.
The 4 stages.
Exactly, they are metamorphosing because in 2021 they were lied that government is killing. President Museveni is a killer. But they forget to know that President Museveni only killed people in combat, not civilians. So Bobby Wine brings that as an example
to the youth.
Yes, and trying to divert their minds to rely on nope. But now, the ideas that Madam Hajat Namyalo of ONC and President Museveni and even other NRM leaders are feeding them with, they are metamorphosing now through their ears. Are you getting? So now the ideas that are getting from our heads are bringing them back, and the attention have been turned to NRM. And I want to assure you, you make a research, compare the coming election and the last one. Because there was that wave that came for the youth because of Bobi Wine's gravity of being an artist They fought but didn't gain anything. Now truth has been revealed.
All right.
But Hajat
is the truth.
Is the strongest pillar in Central here that has united
The
people.
youth.
That has united those people who are not even eyeing again eye to an eye. So Hajat is doing wonder, and I want to thank President Museveni for eyeing on her.
All right.
And picked out of 45 million people, placed her at ONC. She's doing wonder.
All right, Sheila Kahunde is my name, and of course I'm joined by a very lovely guest this morning. Of course he's called Kash, and of course he's a deputy mobilizer and digital in the RNC, and of course we're talking about the youth, and of course we're looking at the achievements the NRM party has done for the youth, mostly RNC, and of course he's been explaining to us what Hajat has done for the youth. We're going to take a very short break, and of course when we come back we'll be asking Kash, mobilization, how is it going? These youth, do they help them out? Do they visit them to see how they are doing? All that is happening right here on One-on-One Talk Show on U24. But do not forget to follow us on our YouTube channel, which is at U24 Television. We are live. Do not forget to follow us on Instagram. Do not forget to follow us on Facebook, U24 still, and also follow our hashtag on X, U24. And let us know, what do you think that the youth need, and more especially, what has the government not done for this youth? Let's go for a very short break. When we come back, we'll be talking more about youth mobilization, basically in RNC.
Elderly and persons with disabilities, it's time to choose our leaders. Let's show up and participate in the special interest group elections. Starting June through August this year, your vote, your voice. My vote, my voice. This message is brought to you by the Uganda Electoral Commission.
Don't miss on U24.
Entrepreneurs Hub, giving you a deep and unique insight into agribusiness, services, ICT and innovation, industrialization, and so much more. Entrepreneurs Hub, growing your small, medium, and large business entity. With yours truly, Sandra Kahunde.
You're still watching U24, and of course my name is Sheila Kahunde, and of course you're watching One-on-One Talk Show. With me in studio today, I'm glad to be joined by the digital, of course, and also mobilizer of the youth in RNC, Mr. Kash, and of course is here.
A voice to be heard oftenly. They have challenges as well. It's normal. Everyone has gotten different challenges. Even from the families that we live, or from the families that where we stay. Even a father
has challenges with his own children.
Cannot provide everything that really children are desiring for. Same as the country. This country is really big enough, but challenges for the youth is many, and no one has gotten everything right. Even the rich person we consider here, Mr. Rupare Sudil.
Yes.
He's having his own challenge. He feels he has not tackled it on exactly what he wants, because what he has is not enough.
Yes.
Youth today, their voice is still not really heard. And I feel Hajat Namyao should be given enough time. And I'm glad that doing wonders, President Museveni renewed her contract of recent.
What do you mean the voices of the youth have not been
like the problems?
The problems, yes. Okay.
What is itching them, or what?
Does Hajat go to exactly deep inside
my
what this
goodness, of recent, Hajat were with her in ghetto places. Banda, Kamocha.
Kamocha, I think Kamocha has more ghettos down there. Chifumbira.
Yes, Chifumbira. There is this area where Kano Kizza Besigye comes from.
Kasangati.
Kasangati.
Yes.
Then we were here around after what's that road?
Karerwe.
Karerwe, even in deep inside. Madam Hajat has moved all over the central areas. She has gotten to listen to them. Hajat Hadij has been Muzei's microphone. That Muzei speaks through her and she speaks to the youth. And the youth speaks through her and she delivers the message to His Excellency. So for them, they feel like they have nothing, they have gotten nothing to do. Others are still on streets. Surprisingly, Madam Hajat has picked a few of them who have gotten to school and has helped them to even to work with the ONC. I was on the street. No, like being on street
doesn't mean that you're not.
Doesn't mean that you have nothing you earn from a side.
Yeah.
No, I have something later as well that I earn, but she picked me out of many to give me the job I'm doing now. So, not only that, we are lucky now that we have a messenger who delivers our message, what our heart is desiring for, to His Excellency. And we are being promised. But some youth are no longer on the streets. Madam Hajat has given them what to do, has given me, he has given them the sewing machines, others are practicing. What they no longer ask you for chukumi to survive.
Does Hajat go to visit them to see how far?
Why not? Oftenly. Even now, beautiful. I think even now she's living for Nani Masaka Road in a certain area I've forgotten, to see what she left on behind, if she what she left has
on the ground
has
been done.
Yes, tackled. She's running there. In a few minutes, even now I think she's on her way going there. But youth so far on streets of Kampala, do you see the beggars again?
Actually, the beggars had gone off the streets.
Yes.
But I'm shocked. I think now they are coming back, basically around in Tinda.
That is under the influence of Madam Hajati.
Madam, she has done a great job.
Yes.
Please tell her to get them often off the streets.
Last year, she picked those who were interested of having their further studies.
The Karamo
she sponsored them. They left for further studies in Middle East.
Wow, that's
they are yet to graduate. But has it been there before?
No.
Everyone is having something to keep his family safe, her family well. But Madam Hajati is even losing for what she has worked for herself, just to help youth have further studies out from abroad. She's been sending students, those who are ready to go for further studies. She's been sending them to go for further studies in the Middle East. Isn't that an achievement?
Oh yes, definitely it is. Actually, it's rare to find the street children.
You see,
nowadays,
President Museveni shouldn't do 100% of the country. No,
he needs mobilizers.
It's like a child at home. Once a child is sent to school, a teacher contributes 70%
of that child's education. Yes,
and the parents contribute 30% to make 100%. That is what we are supposed to do, and that's what exactly Madam Hajat has done. That woman is unmatched.
As we do conclude today, Mr. Kash, when you look into our cameras, what beautiful words do you have to tell the youth as we come to elections 2026?
A lot, but I will summarize.
Oh, yes, please.
Dear viewers, especially youth, I want to feed you this idea. This country is ours. President Museveni came and he will leave. We are growing, we shall live, but Uganda shall remain. Instead of destroying what the government has built, let us join our effort to protect what the government has built. And then you will see the future, how the future becomes so bright on your side. Don't be lied by the opposition leaders. telling him of recent. Did you happen to see there was a clip running viral on social media of certain lady from Mitiana?
Oh, the one that is
teaching young children,
yes,
to hate President Museveni.
Yes.
To tell their parents that President Museveni is a killer. We don't need that. We must keep watering plants so that they can grow. They can grow.
Yeah.
And harvest fruits. Those children were fed with the negative ideas,
actually
and
wrong
speech.
Information.
It was really wrong.
As a teacher is supposed to teach, not to create hatred among the students.
She wasn't even a teacher. She was, I think she wants to be an MP of Mitiana. But that was so absurd. We teach children how to live, how to love, how to grow, not how to hate your parents.
Yes.
President Museveni is a parent to all of us.
Some of us, he has great bazukulus now.
Very good. You have. You do have, right?
Yes.
So youth, please protect what the government has built for the country. The country is at peace. You eat well. You produce numberless children because of peace. No war. You've never had bullets showering day in, day out. We must respect leaders that God has given to us. We must respect President Museveni when he's still into power. If he does what we don't really love, we wait then or we correct him right. Than killing, throwing stones at police personnel, security personnel. Please, we must behave. This country is ours, and Uganda is the most beautiful country in the world, if I may say so.
Yeah, the climate.
The climate, you see, in Uganda, it's the only country where you can put a small business anywhere.
Anywhere, even on the road, even just right outside my studio.
You can. Time,
yes, true.
Which you cannot find in
any other country.
Any other country.
Yes, true.
No. So Uganda has given that, President Museveni has given us that peaceful environment where we can operate peacefully with security behind your back. Uganda is so protected. No enemies. Even if they happen to show up their heads, they're being smashed because President Museveni understands what they call security and intelligence. So Ugandan youth must love their country and read the Bible. Do as the Bible says.
True.
Respect leaders, because leadership comes from God.
From God.
Yes.
Respect your elders so that your life, I think, on earth is lived longer.
Yes. And this country we have gotten that democracy. President Museveni is elected, democratically elected by Ugandans.
Yes.
No, we don't read elections.
He's elected.
Last time Bobi Wine read elections, even in Entebbe where I stay. Yatuba. So youth, please, let's love our country. This is our mother country. As the Bible says that love your neighbors as you do what you love yourself.
Love yourself as you love your neighbors, or love your neighbors as you love yourself.
We must obey to the government. We do what it wants, and if we find that what it does not match our ideas, we contribute, but not to destroy what Uganda has built in nearly 40 years.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Kash, for coming over today. I hope to have you again next Saturday so that we can talk more about this youth. Sure. And just a vote of thanks to Hajat for the good things he has done for the youth, and send our greetings.
I will surely do so.
Hope to have her sometime here on our show.
Why not?
All right. Thank you so much for being part of this lovely show, all the way from the hour of 9 up to the top of the hour, which is about 10 past 10 a.m. in the morning. Remember to still follow our conversation on X, and of course at U24, U24 television, that is live onto our YouTube channel, and Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I remain your host, Sheila Kahunde. Until then, we'll do this again next Saturday, same time. Have a blessed day.
Thank you.
Use waters and you roll it.